Want some more daylight?
No. Thank you for the blessings and guidance every day. Thank you for the wisdom and showing me the way, clarity and vision. I'm always on my path. Thank you for prosperity and a playful inner child. Thank you for the laughter and a joyful heart, clarity and vision. I'm always on my path. We're always on our path. Hey, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, let me look and see who's here. I love being able to get my feed here. Hey, Erica and Cherie, or Sherry, one or the other. Good morning, Andrea and Abigail. Abigail's new from, she's here from a Reunion Island, Huh. Hi, Alicia and Morgan Jones. Kathy's here and Ellen. Hey, Jane. Hello, hello, hello. Sometimes it just says Facebook user, so introduce yourself, okay? Constance Sargent is with us. John's here. Chloe's here. MMB's here. Hello, 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 my friends. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. We are simultaneously on Facebook Live and YouTube Live this morning. So if you have any trouble with the Facebook and the bots and any of that kind of bullshit, just go over to YouTube. People like it. We'll see. So good morning, good morning. All right, let me stay down at the bottom of the feed. Hey, Corey Sherwood McLean. Hello. Are you in Florida? I'm glad you're in Florida, but I'm a little jelly. Good morning, Karen Campbell. Good morning. So let me just tell you, Imbolc is here on Tuesday. What is Imbolc, you may ask? Well, Imbolc is the midpoint between winter solstice and spring equinox. In ancient traditions, a lot of times you would see people build bonfires and bless the land, bless the livestock, bless the reserves of food in their pantry in order to ensure that everybody makes it through the cold, dark, hungry winters of old. Good morning, Kim. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hello. Yeah, I've got the twins here with me this morning. That was Natalie. Honey, do you want to say hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. You know, last week people said when you were talking that they were having a hard time hearing you. So later on when we get to the card pulls, could you project fully? Or I can just repeat everything you said.
She's shaking her head. She's just woke up.
I know. Amy just woke up and I'm giving her bold instructions. She can fight with me later. Imbolc this year, for me, you know, Imbolc 2020 was my last in-person ritual here at the Spirit Wing space. So I haven't had a live circle in a year, which makes me a little sad. But as I was getting the message ready this morning, I said, maybe I just need to get my witch on like never before, do some dancing, do some singing, do some celebrating. And we're going to be doing some of that. Not today, but for Imbal. So this is the time where we are going to bless the germination that's going on deep within the Mother Earth. Imbolc is a time of new dreams, new visions, and everything is becoming illuminated by the growing daylight hours. It's also a time of initiation into a deeper faith, right? We can make vows to ourselves and to our deities that reflect the hopeful march towards spring. All right. Now, you may be curmudgeon-y and say, there's nothing to hope for. Everything sucks. 2021 was supposed to be the cure for 2020, and it seems like a whole lot of the same. And because we are fatigued in a lot of ways, and we're going to use this as a point of renewal, okay? And I have a couple of ways that I want to do that. Number one, Tuesday night at 7 p.m., I'm going to be doing my Zoom ritual for Imbolc. It will be on self-initiation, self-reclaiming, all that kind of good stuff. If you're a Moon Meditation Sacred Circle member, you're going to get the link to the Zoom room in our Facebook group. But if you're not a Moonie, you could just Venmo me $10 for Imbolc, and I will send you a link, okay? The other thing that we've got going on this whole week, and I mean starting tomorrow morning, okay? Getting our little witch on. In Tarot for Real Life, which is our Facebook group, we're going to do a tarot pull sprint for the next 7 days. I want you to pull a card for yourself and listen for the interpretation and post it in our Facebook group, Tarot for Real Life. This is a little sprint, just something to get us started, to sort of freshen things up. Your question could be as simple as this. Tell me what I need to know. Point me where I need to go. I love that one. It's one of my card pull questions that I go to very, very often. So, Imbolc, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tarot Sprint in Tarot for Real Life, 7 days. And I want you to commit to pulling a card every day. You don't even have to take a picture of it if you don't want to. Just say, I pulled, the Empress, and this is what I got. But take it where you want to. You could do a video if you wanted to. You could do an art project based on your card pull. Any of those things would be fabulous. So who else has jumped on? Shawneen is here, and Diane Chumley, and Jacob. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Who's that? Stormy Jensen. Hello. Kate and Ellen, did I say good morning to you? Good morning. Good morning. So as we go into prayer this morning, I want you to just settle yourself, get yourself in a nice seated position or reclining position. Maybe you're watching in bed. All's good. I want you to close your eyes and imagine a golden orb at the center of your being. So right around your sacral chakra, or your solar plexus chakra, that chakra that is a brilliant yellow color. See that golden light right at the center of your being. See it growing and expanding. Witness your golden light filling in all the cold, the dark, the hungry, the lonely places. Feel its warmth like golden liquid. It flows out from your center and extends into your extremities. Feel the comfort. As we open the channel of divine love and light to bring forth this message for Sunday morning tea and tarot, we ask our guides, angels, light beings, and ancestors to show up, surround us with love and protection, and bring forth messages that are clear, concise, and actionable. Delivered for our highest good, the highest good for all. And we ask this in perfect love and perfect trust. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Ooh, Pat jumped on during prayer. Hey, Sherry H is saying hi to both of you guys, Amy and Natalie, this morning.
Hugs too.
Oh, we don't
One
need.
sec.
We need nothing, Siri.
Okay, I found this on the web for Age of Saying High Tech. Check it out.
Wow. I think we'll pass on that, but thanks, Siri, for thinking of us.
Is she getting ready for retrograde?
Mercury retrograde did start yesterday, I believe. So, good morning, Carrie Ann. Good morning, Taryn. Good morning, good morning. And Iva. Hello. I'm going to try to keep track of the feeds, but that's why I got my wing witches here. They're going to help me out. So let's get started. The group energy reading happens in 3 pieces: the swirl, the path, the illumination. So what's going on in the cosmos? How can we walk through it as gracefully as possible? And how does it come together to take us to that illuminated level, that place, that aha moment, okay? Hey, Ricky Jean. Oh, Sherry says Siri always answers when you say Sherry.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
that's cool.
That's funny. Get a sip of my tea. Natalie made me tea this morning. It was such a blessing. All right, here we go with the swirl. All that stuff that's out there waiting to be worked with. And we're going to start with the Page of Stones. I'm using Mark Ryan and John Matthews Wildwood Tarot. Will Worthington is the illustrator. So we have the Page of Stones or Pentacles represented by the links. And whenever we think about the links, we remember that we are the ones who are at the top of the food chain. Humans are at the top of the food chain. That's why we're supposed to be responsible and in service to the balanced energy of the cycles of life. But this week, I want to also tell you that on the Wheel of the Year, this sits at midwinter moving towards Imbolc. So like right now, this is your right now card. The page asks us to bring a beginner's mind to our rights and our processes this week. You may want to apprentice yourself to an energy, a deity, or a renewal process. If you've been in a period of distress or disorder, now is the time to clear away and start anew. So we're getting a fresh start. Now, ever since the pandemic started, I've always felt like in bulk was going to be important this year. And I'm really feeling the energy this week of turning a corner, not the whole thing going on around us. Like lots of that is not going to change. Here is where we feel the change. Here is where we turn the corner. This is our personal invitation to the light, and that the light that really just shines within us, no matter what's going on outside. Everything else is just weather, right? So you might want to start a course of study, or a mentoring relationship could be on the horizon for you. But whatever you begin this week, like the Tarot Challenge, you're required to dedicate yourself to it. Apply yourself diligently. All the Pentacles court cards in their upright form are little worker bees, and they get down to business. So I want you to take your beginner's mind and get down to business this week.
Maybe you could start with a vision boarding workshop that MMB's doing tomorrow night.
Oh, Amy just said, I didn't know about this, I don't think. MMB is doing a vision boarding class tomorrow night. MMB, will you put the deets in the feed? And Amy just said it's free. It would be a great time to do a vision board. Absolutely. Perfect. Maybe we'll all come. All three of us. We could do vision boards right on the dining room table.
Yeah.
All right. In case you haven't noticed, we're potting up with Natalie right now because we just all need more cuddling, and another person in the mix was perfect. So
AKA third wife.
yeah, really. Natalie's our sister wife.
With none of the benefits.
Our actual sister and sister wife. It's great. And she's been, helping me to motivate, which has been really necessary because, I've been in a slump. All right. Enough of this chit chat. We got to be diligent little page of stones. Let's progress to the next card, which is the Journey or the Death card. So if you're not tarot literate, the Death card doesn't always mean actual physical death. But we have had a lot of death in our area, right? We've lost over 430,000 people to the COVID virus, So death is certainly in the atmosphere, and maybe we talk about it more right now as well. But death and rebirth are the cycles that we must work with as earthlings. The journey this last year has held many lessons about death. And Ryan and Matthews talk about the funeral of illusion that seems to go well with this rebirth period, time, in bulkiness. So how will you honor the deaths of this last season? How could you do a little thing to honor all of those who were lost and those who will still be lost to this global pandemic? We could all light a candle. We could all send love to those families that are experiencing grief. If we know people personally, we can pick up the phone and say, I'm not sure what to say, but I want to say, I love you, and what do you need? Because we avoid it, because we think it'll be awkward to talk about death. So, what is a funeral of illusion? For me, I know going into this next week that I have got to get rid of my gloom and doom attitude. I really do. Maybe it was necessary. It was something I had to learn. It was a process I had to go through. But right now, I got to get rid of the gloom and doom attitude. Let me just tell you a little thing. So I'm eligible to get vaccinated because I'm a substitute teacher, and I really want to get back to substitute teaching.
And
I miss the kids. Yes, they call me every day. And so then I was like, oh, I qualify. I can get vaccinated. I got all my paperwork together to make this appointment. And I am looking at appointments that are out into March and some into April. And then I went right down the tubes again. And I was like, well, this is bullshit. I'm just going to be locked up in my house for the rest of my life. And,
grumpy pants.
I was grumpy. I'm grumpy about it. But then, so if I'm going to have a funeral for that illusion, this is where I want to go. We've got a vaccine, and it works at a really high rate. And we do have some time to wait until we can get those vaccines into our arms. But as someone who spent a lot of my career in public health, this is a hallelujah moment. Let me just tell you, this is a hallelujah moment. I do want to say, though, about the vaccine situation, that if you are a white person with the means and the ability to drive to other communities to get your vaccine, there's some bad stuff going on with that. Communities of color have been hit harder than white communities. And if you are driving into a community that you've never been in before, and you see all these brown people that you don't see when you're out at your store, that's not your vaccine place. Let those vaccines go to those who need them in that community, okay? All right, sermon over. So we're going to think about how we can honor the deaths of this last season. Hopefully the death of my bad attitude problem would be great. And figure out what we're releasing into this purification of the funeral pyre. You could even write down all the things you want to get rid of and burn it up. Be a perfect thing to do on Imbal. Last in the swirl this week is the 8 of Wands, and it's showing up reverse. Ryan and Matthews named this the hearth fire, and I'm getting a very different feel from this card than maybe the traditional sense. Although it's still time to slow down. We're not going to do anything fast right now, so I guess that goes along with it. But usually during the winter, we gather around a shared hearth fire. And this year, we're unable to do that. In fact, it's probably the most dangerous thing during this part of the pandemic is going inside with people who are not in your pod without masks and stuff like that. That's the most transmissible situation right now. Intergenerational families are really seeing this. So I wanted to say that, but this year we can't do this in person. And many of us are so fatigued by separation that we're sort of like, oh, what did it hurt? Like, I just want to do this. But lamenting in how it used to be, that's something that we really need to take off our lists right now. Okay? Because number one, it doesn't change anything in the future to lament about the loss of the past. Some of us have actually experienced amazing awakenings during this whole process. So if you're fatigued by separation, you might be missing the gifts of how it is right now. I know, a little mindfulness for you this morning. What can you learn right now? What can you get rid of right now? Allow complaining about circumstances to fall away this week. Add them to the funeral pyre. When I'm doing this kind of work, I'll make a list of words that I absolutely will not use this week. All right? Let me see if I can think of any right off the bat. This sucks. I'm not going to say this sucks this week. I'm sure there'll be more to add to my list, but what kind of energy is that drawing to me? What's getting stuck in my energetic system by declaring things to suck? Nah. Instead, we're going to envision connection anew. Meet on the astral. Call in, lay in bed at night before you go to sleep, close your eyes and see those faces. See them sitting next to you. See yourself holding hands. That can be so invigorating. And if you want to, you could pick a couple people and talk about it and say, each night this week, we're going to meet each other on the astral. And then do it, just share that space with them on the astral plane. The astral plane is a thing, okay? So, and we can do things through technology. Now, like I said, we're in Mercury retrograde, so you might want to check up on all your equipment, get your phone situated, get your computer situated. But in honor of Imbolc, I would bless these things. Like Imbolc is all about blessing all the things that help us get all the things done. Really. Bless the farmer's field, bless the cattle, bless the chickens, bless your dog, bless your cat, but also bless your computer, because that's how you're communicating with people most often right now. Bless your phone. Just do a little thing. Activate your magical hands. Blow on them. Raise some Reiki. Bless, 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 bless. Bless your food before you eat it. Bless your beverage before you drink it. Stir in all those good things and really work with the energy, okay? Thank you for the tea. It's so good. All right, let's get to the path. First, we're going to start out with a timing marker. So this is the green woman showing up in reverse. We've seen her a few times like this. Nothing to freak out about, because she's really been our timing marker. That she sits at summer solstice or Litha. And she is the fecundity of the earth. She is the fertile soil from which all things spring. And right now, she's in reverse because we're still in winter. We're just at Imbolc. We still have Ostara and Beltane before Litha. So it's a little while in the future. This tells us that what we are germinating right now, it is important, and it will bear results next summer. Okay? And immediately I was thinking of next summer, I'll have my vaccinations and I will, I have all these plans. And so instead of staying in the it sucks mentality this week, I'm going to make plans for the future. I'm going to make vision boards, I guess, tomorrow. And, really think about where I want to go. What do I want to do? What kind of changes do I want to wrought in my business? What kind of friendships do I want to strengthen? All those kind of things. Dreamy, dreamy summer solstice things. And I think it's a good timing marker for us. What follows? Actually, I just want to say one more thing about this. Seedlings are fragile, okay? So the little things growing right now, they are fragile and they need to be tended to carefully. They need nutrients. They need sustenance, good soil, dedicated gardener, okay? And why is this important? Because right after it, we have the assistance of the Queen of Stones, symbolized by the bear in Ryan and Matthew's deck. She stands at midwinter as well and encourages us to take actions to protect our intentions. Okay? Let me say that one more time because I think that it's really important. Take action to protect your intentions. All right? So what will you do this week in service to your well-being? How will you nurture and fortify the potting soil that you're planting your intentions in? What's missing? Do you need more water? Do you need more air? Do you need more fire? Do you need more earth? Have a little look at that. Mama Bear is going to take care of everything. And she has such a strong protection vibe in this deck. She's standing at the gateway of the cave saying, don't you dare come inside here. This is where we are nurturing our intentions. And if you don't have any business being here while we're doing this thing. So use her as a guardian. But here's the other thing about the mama bear. She will demand great things from you. Always from a place of love and protection. But the mama bear can be a little like she'll nip you if you're not following the rules. She'll take. Have you ever seen bears? They sort of grab their cubs by the scruff and give them a little shake to make sure that they're and it's for their protection because if you go over there. Maybe there is a lynx over there that's going to kill my baby bear. So you see how it goes. It's not protection what do I want to say? It's protection from the perils of earth life that we all need to learn, and particularly right now. Last card that we have in the path this week is the Four of Cups Ryan and Matthews labeled this boredom, and it's showing up reverse, which is actually kind of good. It's like, at least you won't be bored anymore if you get down to this rebirth business. You know, Imbolc is a time of new dreams, new opportunities. The fallow period is over, even though we're still in the cold, we're still in the dark. We can't really see what's going on beneath the surface. So you have to have a lot of faith that there's just this amazing process going on beneath the surface. Each day brings with it more light. And by Imbolc, we're starting to notice that. Have you been starting to notice that staying light a little later in the evening? You know, it's just so good. And let me tell you, we are 50 days away from Ostara, or spring equinox. That's when we have equal amount of day and night. So what can we get done between now and then? You know, what can we get done in the next 50 days? It's really going to make a difference to your, you know, death and rebirth process, to your connectivity and ability to learn new things. I think that this is very good for us right now. What can we get done between now and March 21st? You know, maybe you want to write in your journal about that a little bit. The illumination card is so wonderful. I want you to take a minute to like get gooey in your heart, okay? The Wanderer. Look at that beautiful card. In traditional tarot, it's called the Fool, but I love naming this card the Wanderer.
Is that because like you're so into getting out wandering around right now?
Cause I'm a wanderer. Yeah, I'm a wanderer. I love you guys. So the Wanderer is saying, let's get to it, you know. Let's step out into the arms of the divine. Let's allow ourselves to be brave and excited about it. Let's take the lessons that we have learned and make new stuff in new ways with new people. And, you know, let's joyfully release the old and call in the new. You know, that thing where it's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. That's not the energy I'm talking about. You know, maybe the potential is there for you to get a little banged up doing some new things, but it's better than what we got now.
Get out of your stuck.
Get out of your stuck. Good one, Nat. I want us to speak the language of hope this week. I want us to tend to our seedlings with joy and dedication. Let's be braver than we have been. Let's leap into faith as the light returns to the world. Let's do it. Blessed be. Blessed be. Let's do it and bless it. Bless it and do it. All right, that's what I've got for you this week. I think it's an amazingly exciting and hopeful message if we choose to work with it. And that's one thing I want to say to you. It's always a choice. No pressure. You can do this anytime. Maybe you are watching this on YouTube in 2023 and saying, what is that woman talking about? I don't know, you know? So let's just be gentle and care for ourselves, but also, you know, get a little mama bear on yourself and say, hey, kid, hey, remember how you said you weren't going to say it sucks anymore? Now I really want to see you act on that. I love you, but don't do it anymore. And, You know, we're gonna be reparenting ourselves again and again and again throughout the course of our lifetime this time around. So let's do it. Let's just do it, and let's support each other as we do it. So if you're not a member of Tarot for Real Life, you can just search for Tarot for Real Life on Facebook groups, and there's 3 questions. If you don't answer the questions, I don't put you in the group. They're very easy questions. And the one I care about the most is the last one. It's our pledge to be civil and kind to one another. That doesn't mean we don't ever disagree. It doesn't mean that we don't have differing opinions. It just means that we can conduct ourselves as adults and that we respect people. So there you go. Tarot for Real Life, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, in bulk ritual via Zoom meeting. If you are a Moon Meditation Sacred Circle member, which is my $16 a month Patreon level, you're already in. I'm going to put the link up in our Facebook group, and you just go there and get it and come to ritual. If you're not a Moonie, though, you can Venmo me $10 with in bulk or ritual in the comments, and then I will send you the link via Facebook Messenger, okay? And cards today. Let me just tell you, I got out a deck that this is my very first tarot deck. I've had it for a very long time. It was given to me by my friend Nancy. It's the Mother Piece Tarot, and I've never had a box for it or a book with it. Like, I got it like this, and I just keep it in a little bag or in a little, I have a little box that it fits. But I want to show you, this is the box. This is what it looks like. So if you were looking for this to purchase, it's by Kieran Vogel and Vicki Noble, and it's the Mother Piece round tarot deck. And when my oldest daughter was younger, she told me that was inappropriate because it has naked people in it. So if you're sensitive to the naked people, this is not the deck for you. But I love this deck. It's also difficult to shuffle, I must say. Then I have the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Moseley. We haven't had this one out in a long time, so I've got that one. And I have Tosha Silver's Wild Offering Oracle. It's beautiful. Natalie, you should totally play with this deck. Look at the Ganeshas on the back of it. I love it. And I also have a traditional deck here if you need a little Rider-Waite-Smith action. And who do you got there, my love?
Well, we had a birthday coming up.
Whose birthday?
Tomorrow, and it's birthday today. Kathy's birthday is tomorrow. Kathy Bushnell. Yep.
Kathy Bushnell's birthday is tomorrow. Let's pull her a Bushnell card. A birthday card.
Tino is new, and his birthday is today.
Okay, so Tino, you're next. So I'm going to pull from the Mother Piece deck. Oh, and this is a good one. Also naked. So we have the 9 of Wands. Look at that amazing card. So much sacral chakra energy in this card. Now, remember, the 9 of Wands really teaches us how safe we can be by setting up boundaries. The big message of the 9 of Wands is a boundary keeper. 9s are the number of impending success or getting ready to like really level up. And Kathy, I am hearing that boundaries are going to be so important to you over this next year. And maybe you need to like create a little boundary circle for yourself or a little ritual for in bulk that calls in, maybe the energy of that mama bear or something like that. But isn't this a beautiful card? I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. And yeah, 9 of Wands is your boundaries are going to give birth to so much more creative energy than you've had in the past. So much more inspiration because you actually have the time and space for it. That's what I've got for you, sweetheart. Happy birthday to you. And many more. And Tito, right? Tino. Welcome to Tea and Tarot. Tino, I am going to pull for your birthday card from this Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck. And what I have for you is shadow self. And it showed up in protection position. And Tino, what I'm really hearing for you is that the work that you have done to address some of those shadow qualities, I don't know what yours are. Mine is getting pissed off and giving people the silent treatment and thinking it's like, I'm doing something so important. Then you do the shadow work of that and you realize, oh, I'm actually going to get my needs met if I actually talk to people about what's bothering me instead of just like doing this thing that I do. So whatever the thing that you do is that you've been working on recently, I'm getting that that's really going to pay off in this next year for you. That those shadow behaviors that have held you back in the past are really being broken, severed is what I'm getting. I think that it would be a nice ritual for your birthday. Where's my athame? To do a cord cutting. So this is just a little letter opener I have that is my athame. But you can even just take a little piece of ribbon. What do I have here? I have no ribbon right next to me. How crazy. But take a little piece of ribbon and dedicate it to breaking those shadow habits that you've been working on and actually slice through it. And then I would bury both of those pieces in the ground. If the ground is frozen, fireworks, anything like that. Don't burn anything like toxic smelly though. Like, I don't know. Don't sniff it while you burn it. So one of those mama bear things, don't sniff it while you burn it, Tino. But I love this for you. It really is telling me that the work that you have done is paying off. And some of those old ways that haven't served you so well have been released and you're the better for it. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Happy birthday to you.
How about a card for Shoneen?
Shoneen, what do you need, my honey?
She says a card regarding work for her own behavior and how she can change my reactions, awareness to triggers.
Okay. I like that question for this week. I really do.
That round deck is fun.
Yeah. And what I'm getting is the magician, Shoneen. You've got all the tools you need to make this happen. You know what you're doing. And now you just have to change it. Now I really hear the phrase, name it and claim it. If there is a behavior that you wish to do no more, what is the antithesis of that? What is the other side of the pendulum for that? Name it and claim it. I've often told the story of, this was a few years ago. where I was teaching GED class for people in incarcerated systems. And, you know, I see a lot of trouble in those systems. And I found myself complaining a lot. Complain. And then a person I worked with actually said to me, "Do you know that you complain a lot?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Yeah, I do. And I have been. And I'm going to stop doing that." So the magician is your ticket. You've got to direct the energy. The magician is a yang card rather than a yin card. The high priestess is the yin. The magician has to actually do the actions. Actually, not just think about it, not talk about it. In fact, I would just like make your list and don't talk to anybody about doing it, you know, that I'm changing my ways. You know, we used to say to Hadley when she was little, "You got to change your stinky ways around this." So you don't have to share it with anybody. You don't have to like make a bold pronouncement about how you're going to change your stinky ways. You just have to do it. And with the magician showing up always brings me to a ritual. You know, what do you not want to have pass your lips anymore? What do you want to purge from your heart space and behave differently? And making lists and writing about things are good because you do it when you're not activated. Like if you try to come up with an antidote phrase when you're already activated and pissed off or whatever, you're not going to get it. It's not going to flow to you. But if you've done the work ahead of time, you know, talk to your therapist about it, make a list of higher vibrational phrases that you want to use. Make lists of people who are doing the right thing because they often don't get noticed. We spend all our time focusing on the fuckery instead of on the fun. So I want you to really do the homework when you're not activated, because then you'll have some tools to reach for when you are activated. I love you. I love you. I'm in this with you.
Let's shoot over to YouTube.
Okay, who's on YouTube?
How about Alicia Noble?
Alicia Noble.
She says she would love a card from my hubby. He got a promotion recently, and there's a lot of turbulence and uncertainty left from previous regime and circling around him at the moment. He's stressed to the max.
So,
Alicia.
Alicia's husband recently got a promotion. He walked into a shit show, it sounds like. Everything's turbulent and it's kind of stressful. So we're going to pull a card for Alicia's hubby. And I think maybe we are going to go to the Wild Offering deck. Because a lot of times what we need in those so weird situations is a little affirmation, a little bit of a mantra, a little bit of a kick in the pants. This is so funny. Work. Work. Hubby, just do your job. Do it as well as you can. I'm now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. And I want to tell you, we think of prosperity always as money, and I'm assuming you got a nice little bump for this. But the thing of it is that it's all kinds of resources. So I think the prosperity that you're looking for right now is the settling of the environment. You know, you're going to have to read those boring books about organizational change and all that kind of stuff. It's not juicy for sure, but it's so useful when you're stepping into a new leadership position to have some of those tools in your pocket because other people have done this successfully. Maybe you need a mentor at work. Maybe your boss or your boss's boss would mentor you a little bit. That would go along with our links from the group reading. But basically, you're just going to show up and do your job, okay? Moving into a management position, not everybody's going to like you. You can't be everybody's friend anymore. You can be kind, fair, and reasonable, but you can't really be everybody's friend. So I want you to hear, maybe snap a little pic. I'll smile. I'm now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. That goes up and down for you now, okay? So who can benefit from your work? Quit spending all your time thinking about the naysayers and the poo-pooers and think about who can benefit, who really sort of gets it, who's ripe for the picking here. Use me to relieve suffering, okay? If you're in a management position and you can help alleviate suffering, you know, for all your constituencies, whether it's your employees, your customers, your contractors, the people, you know, the other organizations that you work with to make it all flow, really call those solution minders towards you right now. Don't spend all your time with the assholes. Spend your time, give your attention to the solution makers. You know, it's just like other places in your life. You want to give positive attention to those who are the helpers, and you want to just withdraw attention from those who are the poo-poos. You know, they sometimes they're just poopy like that to get attention. And if you don't give it in that way, and spend all your time with the good witches, news will get around that you're sort of a magical person. All right. Who else do we have, my little?
How about Lacey J.M.?
Lacey J.M.
Yes, Lacey asks, can I get a card pull today? I have hopes for a potential new love affair. Not sure if it's the right path.
Ooh. Do you know Lacey is our dog's name? New love, new love, new love. What about, I'm going for the traditional deck right now. Whoa.
There's a few jumping out there.
Yeah, that was just this card that I'll talk to you about is the one that really lands for me. I didn't even look at the other three cards because I heard this is the card. So I want to ask you if this love will bring stability to your life. Now, we went with the traditional deck, which sort of depicts like the old codger kind of energy here. I don't know, maybe he's an older man though, or woman. But I'm really getting the sense of like you need somebody with a lot less drama. You need somebody that's going to be there for you, who's actually going to show up in a sacred masculine way, not in a domineering way, as we often think of, because our perception of the emperor has been so jaded by millennia of patriarchy. You're really looking for the solid guy. Okay. So here's what I want to say. I want to point you to the emperor is major arcana number 4. And 4s are always about stability. All the 4s in the pip cards are about stability. It's like 4 legs on a table, makes it solid. I want you to really think about all the, the mama bear qualities. What would your inner good mother, maybe she's the one you had in real life, maybe not, but I want you to be a really good mother right now, really good mama bear, and ask yourself some questions. Okay. Does this guy have his shit together? Okay. Number 1, does he have his shit together? Does he share equally in the responsibilities of the relationship? Is he emotionally stable? Is he a hard worker? Is he a person who brings settling energy to you? I mean, not all the time. We all want to get a little unsettled sometimes, if you know what I mean. But for the most part, we're talking about, well, the person that walks into the room and all of a sudden everybody can just go, So I want you to do the mama bear assessment on this relationship. I mean, you asked about love and is he the right one? Upright cards usually indicate more of a yes than a no. But I want you to ask yourself the mama bear questions. Does this guy have his shit together? Because you don't. Otherwise, I think you need to think about it. Talk about it.
An F buddy, or is it something longer term?
Yeah, really. Do you know what my wife just said?
No,
is this just a fuck buddy for a while, or is it a long-term relationship? That's very interesting with the yes of the emperor upright, but also run it through the list, the mama bear list, because maybe he's just fun for a while. So, and I'm sorry, I'm using very heteronormative terms. I don't know. Did she indicate that this is a guy?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm sorry. If this is a girl, same thing applies. Or if this is somebody who is gender non-conforming, this still applies. You really want to get a hold of somebody to be in love with that has their shit together. All right.
She says, thank you. You guys crack me up.
We're so much fun.
We crack ourselves up.
You should have seen me the other day. Like, you wouldn't even believe it. I was just such a freaking sourpuss all day long. And, and look, it passes. You can have a day and not have to live that day every day, like Groundhog's Day. Imbolc is also the Groundhog's Day. So, do you have one more?
I do. How about...
That means she has 6 more or something.
Well, I mean, we've got more than 6 people on the line, so I'd pull more than 6. How about Meryl Reed?
Meryl Reed, hi.
Meryl would love a card this morning if you feel called.
I do feel called. And I think that I am going to pull one more from the Mother Peace Tarot. There it is. And we have the Son of Wands. So this is the Knight of Wands, just in case you were wondering. And it shows this, this entity doing a ceremonial dance for the rest of the tribe or the family. And I really feel like there is this need to get out there in some creative energy, some sort of ceremonial awesomeness. Maybe you need to come to MMB's vision board workshop tomorrow. But maybe you just need to like give yourself permission, to dance and play and inspire people around you and not worry if it's, I mean, we have the Wanderer in the group reading, which is the Fool. And one of the shadow sides of the Fool is always being worried that we're going to look foolish. But this is really letting yourself go into that action, creative, generative. Let the heat rise within you, and entertain, the people around you with your warmth and with your creativity. It can be as simple as like, playing with a child, or singing more, or dancing more, or getting one of those coloring books and just making yourself happy with color. The one thing about the Knights, the Son of Wands, showing up is don't do anything impulsively. Don't overcommit, all right, is what I'm hearing for you. So maybe you sign up to do a little one and done class, but I wouldn't sign up for like a 6-week series of anything right now. I want you to try before you buy, for sure, this week. Don't jump into something until you've sort of experienced it at a lower level. Use this time for exploration. So try a variety of different things and a variety of different people to inspire you. And then, later on, you can, maybe more towards Ostara, March 21st, the equinox, maybe you'll be ready to commit then. This is just sort of like rev your engine and explore a lot of different things, okay? Thanks for coming today. If you haven't done it already, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you'll get notifications when I go live for Sunday Morning Tea and Tarot. There's going to be some other YouTube things on the horizon, but right now I'm just getting my sea legs with all this technology of 2 platforms. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, and then I think you have to hit a bell, the little bell, so it'll give you notifications. But we're going to be here on YouTube for every Sunday, just like this. Who else is on YouTube today, honey? Oh, Samaj is. Love, love, love. All right, let me pull a card for Kathy Silva, because I am drawn to you. And remember, if somebody else's card pull resonates with you, it's for you too. They just asked, and you can receive it. I'm pulling from the Wild Offering deck, and what I've got is trust. Ooh, and Kathy, I am hearing you've been a little low in the trust department lately. Let's see what the card says. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. Yeah. So, trusting your guides, trusting your angels, trusting those little messages that come through your intuition is what I'm getting here. And then I'm also hearing a question for you about someone who is bringing distrust or causing you to be a little skeptical about what they're saying right now. And I think you should, pray on that or meditate on that and ask for clarity. And the real message that is coming through is don't make a move until you're sure. All right? Until you trust your decision, just don't make a move. If you can, sometimes we don't have a choice. But have a look and see if there's anybody around you who's, giving you poor advice, or maybe they have an alternative agenda. So I don't know. I just have this funky vibe person impression here. So you do your meditation, do your focus work, ask, and then turn it over and say, point me, guide me, show me the way. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. I'm so glad you guys showed up here this morning. Blessed in bulk. I also want to say today is my oldest daughter and her husband's wedding anniversary. So happy anniversary, Jeannie and Matt. And what else? Think about coming to In Bulk Ritual. Just Venmo me $10 with the ritual in the comment, or what's it for, ritual, In Bulk, anything like that. And I'll send you the link on Thursday or on Tuesday, and you can come to ritual. You can even leave your camera off because you don't have to be on the video. You can just listen and talk. So think about it, and we will see you next week. Tomorrow morning, as always, you get a lovely recap from MMB, Melissa McIntyre Brown, on my Facebook page. And
date night tomorrow night.
And she always gives us such amazing add-on information. I have to say, Melissa is one of the best question askers that I've ever met. So be sure to show up for her live tomorrow morning. It's usually around 8 a.m., somewhere around there. All right, my darlings. Mwah. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you next Sunday.